Have you ever stopped to think that when you step onto a plane, flight attendants notice far more than they let on? What they see in you can reveal strength, vitality, and even signs of how you're aging. But here's the detail that almost no one admits: many of these signs have nothing to do with youth, they're about the choices you make today. This shatters the belief that getting older only means losing abilities. On the contrary, what the crew observes, quietly, can be proof that you still carry something rare and precious. It's controversial to admit, but younger passengers don't always draw as much attention on a flight. Often, it's those over 60 who stand out, precisely because they surprise. Have you ever wondered what they notice about you but never say? Here's the counterintuitive part: what seems simple to you can, for them, signal that your body and mind are still fully engaged. And when you realize this, there's an immediate reward: the reassurance that you're aging with dignity, not weakness. In this video, you'll discover what flight attendants see but don't say, things every older adult should know. These are almost invisible signs, yet they act as secret clues of vitality. And if you recognize any of them in yourself, get ready. It means you're doing something extraordinary, something many at your age may have left behind. The most surprising part? You can start noticing these signs today, effortlessly, simply by paying attention to what you already do naturally. So subscribe now to stay updated on all our content, leave a like, and tell us which city you're from. Your participation matters to us and inspires more content like this. What you need to know: 1. The crew's silence when they notice your strength. Many people think flight attendants only pay attention when something goes wrong. But there's a detail they never admit: they notice when an older passenger boards confidently, without needing help for every small movement. Lifting carry-on luggage, walking calmly down the aisle, adjusting the seat belt alone, all of this sends a silent signal of vitality. It's not about speed, it's about autonomy. This kind of gesture catches attention, even if it's never spoken aloud. What does this signal reveal? That there's a fine coordination between body and mind working together. Walking without fear of tripping, having the strength to hold an object, remembering the sequence of actions to get settled in your seat. It's like each movement is a conversation between muscles, memory, and confidence. This balance doesn't happen by chance. It shows that the body is still active, the mind hasn't lost its rhythm, and the person still sees themselves as the protagonist of their travel experience. John, 72, boarded a flight from Dallas to Chicago. While other passengers asked for help immediately, he chose to settle in at his own pace. There was no rush, but there was also no uncertainty. The flight attendant discreetly smiled as she noticed his steadiness. John later told me, "When I sat down by myself, I felt 20 years younger." Moments like this aren't small, they're a silent declaration that you're still in the game. Researchers at Harvard Medical School have pointed out that maintaining independence in simple daily tasks is directly linked to greater longevity and well-being. On a plane, this principle translates into small details that only close observers notice. The truth is, every time you demonstrate this autonomy, whether big or small, your body sends a clear message: I am still here, strong and present. But this is just the first sign, one that few openly talk about. 2. The attentive look that doesn't go unnoticed. One of the secrets flight attendants rarely mention is how they notice when an older passenger stays alert to their surroundings. It may seem simple, but paying attention to safety announcements, following instructions, and even discreetly observing the movement inside the cabin are powerful signs of vitality. This kind of focus shows that the mind remains awake, that there is interest in what's happening, and that the person does not disconnect from their environment. This behavior reveals more than just good hearing or vision. It shows that the brain and memory are working together, like an antenna still picking up messages from the world. Science confirms this. Studies from Johns Hopkins University highlight that older adults who maintain focused attention in new environments demonstrate greater cognitive ability and a lower risk of mental decline. Paying attention on a plane is like a practical exercise in connecting with the present. Mrs. Margaret, 78, flew from Denver to Seattle. While many passengers grabbed their phones, she watched attentively as the flight attendant explained the emergency exits. Later, she even helped the man next to her understand how to adjust his life vest. Margaret not only protected herself but reinforced her self-esteem. She commented, "I like knowing I still understand every detail. It gives me peace." This attitude not only strengthens her but also inspires those around her. It's as if every time you stay alert, your body is saying, "My mind still dances with life." This quiet, attentive look is rare and precious, and the crew notices, even without words. And the truth is, there are other equally powerful signs that depend not only on the mind but also on something much deeper in the body. 3. The calm that transforms the environment. There's something flight attendants notice immediately but never say out loud, when an older passenger remains calm in tense situations. This could be during turbulence, a delayed takeoff, or even a confusing boarding process. This serenity does not go unnoticed. While many passengers get anxious, the one who takes a deep breath and stays composed radiates an energy that is contagious. It's a silent sign of wisdom, maturity, and emotional strength. This kind of calm doesn't happen by chance. It shows that body and mind have learned to communicate, regulating emotions and controlling physical reactions. The heart may race, but conscious breathing helps the body regain balance. According to research from the Mayo Clinic, people who practice serenity in daily life reduce the risk of heart problems and strengthen their immune system. In other words, this internal control acts like an invisible shield against the wear and tear of aging. My friend Robert is 80 years old. One day, he flew from Atlanta to Boston. Mid-flight, a strong turbulence shook the plane. While younger passengers showed fear, Robert closed his eyes, rested his hands on his knees, and simply breathed slowly. The flight attendant later remarked, "He seemed like the calmest person on the flight." Robert said, "I've been through much bigger challenges, and this won't take me down." That calmness was more than a reaction, it was a statement of confidence. It's as if every time you maintain serenity, you're telling the world, "I know I still have control over myself." This ability not only protects your health but also inspires those around you, including the crew. And believe it or not, there are other signs they observe silently, signs that aren't just about how you react to fear, but about how you connect with others. 4. The human connection that warms the flight. There's a detail flight attendants rarely reveal. They notice when an older passenger maintains kindness and a willingness to engage in conversation. A smile, a thank you, or even a brief exchange with a neighbor becomes a powerful signal. In an environment where many retreat into headphones and screens, this human openness stands out like a quiet yet intense light. For the crew, it's a sign of emotional vitality and that the person still cultivates connections, even during transient journeys. This behavior reveals something deeper, the ability to create social connections, which science has shown is one of the greatest factors for longevity. According to studies from the University of Michigan, older adults who maintain frequent interactions, even small ones, have lower rates of depression and live longer. It's as if every word exchanged is an invisible exercise in emotional health, keeping the mind active and the heart light. Eleanor, 74, on a flight from Los Angeles to Miami, noticed the flight attendant was tired and said, "You're taking care of all of us, I hope someone is taking care of you too." The smile she received in return lit up the aisle. Later, Eleanor remarked, "Talking to people reminds me that I'm still part of something bigger." This awareness is powerful. It reinforces that every act of empathy keeps the spark of presence alive. It's as if, by smiling or exchanging words, your body is saying, "My heart is still open to the world." This kind of connection not only transforms the flight but also creates lasting memories for those who witness it. And the flight attendants, quietly, cherish these moments with respect. But there's another, even more intimate sign, not seen in a look or gesture toward others, but in the way you take care of yourself in every detail of the journey. 5. The quiet care for yourself. One of the strongest signs, rarely discussed by flight attendants, is when an older passenger pays attention to their own limits. Drinking water regularly, stretching legs during the flight, choosing light meals, or simply asking for help when needed, all of this demonstrates self-care. It's subtle, yet powerful. It's not fragility, it's awareness. The crew notices when someone travels this way and, deep down, recognizes this habit as a sign of strength and accumulated wisdom. This behavior shows that the body and mind are still working together to preserve well-being. Instead of ignoring signals of thirst, discomfort, or fatigue, the person responds proactively. According to studies published by Stanford University, older adults who cultivate self-care habits enjoy better quality of life and lower incidence of health complications. It's as if every sip of water or every pause to breathe says, "I still know how to protect myself." Helen, 76, flew from New York to Phoenix. Even before the plane took off, she asked for an extra bottle of water and explained to the flight attendant, "I've learned that I can't wait to feel thirsty. I need to act in advance." During the flight, she took short walks along the aisle and returned to her seat calmly. Helen later told me, "This doesn't make me less independent, it makes me smarter." Her actions showed that taking care of herself is, in fact, a way to remain in control. It's as if every act of self-care whispers through the body, "I want to continue." To the crew, this is admirable, even if it's never said out loud. And to those around her, it may seem like a small gesture, but it's living proof that aging with dignity isn't luck, it's a choice. But what happens when we recognize that even a single one of these signs already carries immense value? Every gesture you demonstrate, whether lifting your luggage alone, paying attention to the details of a flight, or simply smiling at someone nearby, carries deep meaning. It's proof that aging isn't just a count of years, but the way you choose to live each moment. Recognizing this in yourself is more than pride, it's realizing that you still have strength, energy, and presence to influence the world around you. When you understand that small actions reflect vitality and self-care, you begin to see that every choice matters. Drinking water, stretching, staying attentive, helping someone, or remaining calm are acts of self-love. They show that your body and mind are still in sync, that you are still in the game of life. And this awareness transforms not only your journey but every day of your routine. Look at yourself and reflect, how many times have you underestimated your own strength? How many times have you failed to notice that you still possess skills many younger adults are still developing? These signs are silent reminders that every habit, every decision, and every gesture contributes to the narrative of a life that remains extraordinary. It's inspiring to realize that aging well isn't a matter of luck or genetics, but of consistent choices, self-love, and attention to what truly matters. Every moment of awareness is an investment in quality of life, independence, and happiness. By recognizing this, you give yourself permission to celebrate every accomplishment, even the seemingly small ones, as a real and precious victory. And perhaps most importantly, every sign of vitality you recognize in yourself serves as inspiration to others. Friends, family, and even strangers can learn by observing your posture, your calm, your attentiveness, and your empathy. By continuing this way, you not only prove to yourself that you're still in the game, but also illuminate the path for those still learning how to age with strength, dignity, and purpose. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these signs did you recognize in yourself? Comment with the number or gesture that resonated most with your experience, and share it with someone who also deserves to see their own strength and vitality. Every comment is an opportunity to reflect and inspire, showing that aging with dignity is possible and precious. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss content that celebrates choices, habits, and actions that strengthen body, mind, and spirit. By connecting with this community, you'll find daily motivation and reinforce the idea that there's still so much to live and achieve, regardless of age. Share this video with friends or family members over 60, so together you can appreciate the value of small signs of autonomy, calm, and connection. Every act of self-care and attentiveness you recognize in yourself can inspire others to discover their own hidden potential. And finally, reflect on what you've learned today. How do you plan to apply these attitudes in your daily life, on your next trip, or at any moment in your life? Remember, every conscious choice is proof that you're still in the game, active, present, and capable of turning every moment into something extraordinary.